Welcome to Outsourcing Fit. I'm your host, Neil Howard. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We'll be speaking with Frederic Joye from Arcanys. He's going to tell us how he combines his passion for technology with a strong commitment to health, understanding that real success comes from this equilibrium. Welcome to the program, Frederic. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Neil. Thank you for having me.
Well, as I said, you've grown up with a passion for technology and you've combined it with your commitment to health. Tell us a bit about yourself and what brought you to outsourcing.
Yeah, sure. I'm Swiss and I lived until my 30s in Switzerland. I worked in the finance industry. And then in 2009, I moved to Asia for an entrepreneurial experience, I'd say. A longtime friend of mine was working on a new venture, an e-commerce venture, and I moved to help him out in 2009 to Hong Kong. And in that venture, we were working with outsourcing partners for mostly software development. We had an in-house customer service team in Hong Kong. And in late 2009, we had an opportunity to purchase a small business in the Philippines that was related to the gaming industry, in which we had our e-commerce venture. And so we purchased that business with my business partner. And then when going to the Philippines, we realized that it was a great place to carry on our business with more efficiency in terms of the costs and in terms of the skills. So we moved that business to the Philippines in early 2010. And while that business didn't do so well anymore, we started having people asking us to provide them with software developers. So we had rebuilt a team for ourselves of software engineers in the Philippines. And so some of our friends heard about it and asked us to help them out. And while the business wasn't doing so great for the gaming e-commerce website, we decided that we would shift to outsourcing and offer a better experience than what we had experienced in the past when we were based in Hong Kong. And so that's kind of how Arcanys was born. It was through a need that we perceived and also experiences that we had in the past that we thought, okay, we could probably do better than what we had for other people.
Now, I heard you mention efficiency and skills there in the Philippines. Is that something that you researched, or is that something that you stumbled across when you established the gaming company in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Other than the cost and the efficiency, you mentioned the skills. What is it about the Philippines that drew you to outsourcing?
So, well, first it was a bit of a happenstance because we had someone who wanted to sell a business and we started looking at it. And when we actually were in the Philippines to, look at this business and how we could grow it, then we started discovering, if you want, the skills that there was in the country. We started talking to people, looking at, landscape and things like that. And we also looked at other countries when this happened. And we realized that maybe the Philippines had the best of all the advantages we're looking for. So that's the skills, obviously, that's the cost. But I think also the cultural proximity with the types of clients we thought we would be having in the future. So meaning that Arcanys today is working with a lot of Western clients from U.S. West Coast, in the majority, Europe as well, and then Australia, and so there was this mix of skills, cultural proximity, costs, obviously, that made it a really great place for us to be in. And after 15 years doing that, we wouldn't have done it any other way. I think we found the right place to do what we're doing, and still very happy about being in Cebu, mostly.
What would you like to impart upon your clients about outsourcing to the Philippines? Share some of your experiences with some of your European, your Western clients as far as the outsourcing culture there in the Philippines goes. What kind of feedback have you gotten?
the first thing that we do, right, is to find the best developers we can, because we do mostly software development. So it comes down to finding the right skills, and that's our job. But after that, Filipinos in general are very, very friendly and really, really nice people, if you want. So it makes them really nice people to collaborate with. It makes it so that people like working with Filipinos. And it adds an interesting dynamic in the team with, they have really such good interpersonal skills. And our job is then to find the right technical skills, because you have very good developers, also very bad ones. So we have to make sure we find the right ones. So if you put really good technical skills and great interpersonal skills in a team, what's not to be happy about?
Now, is everything done in the Philippines? You don't have an office in any of these other countries that include your geographical footprint, do you?
Yeah, so no, we've run the business completely remotely since the start. We do visit our clients once a year in general, so we go around a little bit. So not every client, but clients in Europe, clients in Australia, because it's easier for us. We go visit them, or they come to us as well. But we don't have any other footprint per se. We don't have offices in any other country, no.
Tell us more about how you differentiate yourself from others that may be doing the same type of thing. Who's a good client fit? And then give us some information, a website where we can learn more.
Sure. We differentiate ourselves, I think, with the really high quality of the people we provide, and also how much we participate in the client's project with making sure that everything's optimized to the max. So we don't just, provide staff and then we just let them run with it. We are actively monitoring the projects for clients. However, they still manage the projects by themselves and manage the people by themselves, but we're helping them on a constant basis. We're a bit of a boutique kind of outsourcing company, so we're very, very picky with the clients we onboard, and the reason is that we very much value extremely low attrition, because our clients want us to keep these people, with them for a long time, for as long as possible. Then we have to make sure that we give our employees the most interesting projects that we can, so they keep on learning, they keep on being engaged with the client, and then have no real incentive leaving the company. And so our job is to find really interesting projects, but also to take care of our people as much as we can. And you mentioned at the beginning of the interview that I have this focus on health. So we also give a lot to our employees to improve anything of their life outside of the office with stuff we could provide for them. And I think you asked also, where could people find us or contact us?
Yes.
So the first thing is obviously on our website, which is arcanys.com. And another way that's very easy for people to find me is LinkedIn, with searching for Frederic Joye. That's my full name, but I like to be called Fred. So with Frederic Joye on LinkedIn, it's very easy to find me and send me a message if there's any interest.
And Arcanys is ARCANYS.com, correct, Fred?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, thank you, Neil, for that. Yes.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us here on Outsourcing Fit. And hopefully you'll come back and give us some updates and tell us how the industry is developing.
Sure. Thank you so much, Neil. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. You've been listening to Outsourcing Fit. I'm your host, Neil Howard, in conversation with Fred Joye. You can find out more about us at verticalinternetmedia.com and our BPO services at outsourcingfit.com.